ago. For those of you, I think everybody who's listening has probably been up here to Fort Lewis as Capo, the Spanish freshman, has the ball and he takes off straight down the field. That robbed away from him quickly. Corey Dean's got the ball. Fort Lewis going towards the Animas Valley end in this second half, but have got the lead on Pueblo, but man, don't count on that because Pueblo, ever since we've been playing Pueblo over this long period of time, that where Fort Lewis has been in the RMAC, Pueblo has always given Fort Lewis a match, no matter where Fort Lewis was ranked, and they're ranked number 3 in the nation right now. A couple of weeks ago, they were ranked number 1, and they only lost that ranking because they lost to Metro 1-0 here at Dirks Field a little while ago, and that was Fort Lewis's only loss or tie for the whole year. Here's the ball in the middle of the field, tapped out by Pueblo, and Claw quicks it up and gets a quick pass to Hong. Hong tries to find Casey Dean, can't do him. Pueblo back on the ball. That player with the big left knee bandage. Oh, this player nearly put himself in trouble as he tried to dribble around Casey Dean and Madigan, but he actually did it successfully, about 25 yards out from goal. A bit risky dribbling in front of your own penalty box, but here comes Pueblo. They're doing well, trying to... Oh, that player trapped it badly, and that gave the ball to Capo, who had a couple of options, but slips it back to Jonesy. We've lost our colour guy, David Barton. He's talking in the crowd right now, I assume, as Pueblo go forward. No, it was Fort Lewis away from goal. Now the ball's all the way down the other end, and it's Pueblo trying to cross that ball and banged across the penalty area there. An attempt, no, here's the corner kick, and it's stabbed hard towards the 16. It comes off Capo's back, straight up in the air, comes out to the 22-yard line. That's a mad shot by Pueblo, but it does ricochet all the way to the centre circle. And Pueblo do have the ball. It's going to come out here to the wing, but that Pueblo player's going in the wrong direction, so he has to pass all the way back to the fullback. He makes a nice chest trap, that player, and passes it across to his inside right fullback, and there it goes. But Capo sticks a foot out and traps it. Oh, and Hong tries to flick it to Casey Dean, but the defender was on that in a flash, and it comes all the way back to the keeper, who might have done better there, but just puts his boot into it and straight over the touchline, and that's a throw in by Claw straight back to Casey, who sends it back to Claw. It's a fraction left slow-footed there because he didn't realise it was coming back to him, and goes down towards that corner flag. Claw tries to get back on the ball, but the Pueblo player beats him to it and kicks it out of bounds. So that'll work for Fort Lewis. They have the throw in up there towards Casey Dean. Casey Dean again throws it to Claw, and Claw fakes one way and has to beat two opponents there. Kicked out of bounds. Yes, it comes off Claw. He doesn't like it, but it goes out of bounds, and that will be a throw in to Pueblo. We have just started the second half here, and it's 1-0 Fort Lewis. And can they hold this lead? They're certainly going to not only want to hold it, but probably increase the lead here. And it's been a good game. Fort Lewis probably have had most of the dangerous attacks. As here's the forward put through, but Piperkoff read that all the way. Worth came out too, and right on the 16-yard line, Worth came out to get it. There was a forward there for Pueblo. He might have had a shot on goal, but Piperkoff kicking it virtually out of the hands of Worth, but that was the right thing to do, and he blasted that ball away from goal. Here's Worth in the mix again as this cross comes high in the air, but too close to the Fort Lewis keeper, and he runs out and claims that ball high in the air. Nice play by Worth, and he flings it out to Claw, and Claw already gets it away to Hong, and now back with Capo, who was in second place there, but somehow ended up with the ball. Beautiful play by Capo there. Oh man, he moves well, and here's Jonesy trying to release Casey Dean, dropped that over the keeper, and that was the first and only goal of this game so far. Fort Lewis 1 and Pueblo 0. Capo, beautiful play by the Spanish freshman. Oh, he tried to send Hong away, but just there was a leg in the way from Pueblo as Duke comes in. What a clever tackle by him to get the ball to Corey Dean. As always, he's been busy today. Piperkoff stabs it along the ground, and Piperkoff's missed a few passes today. He hardly has made a mistake all season, but today he's just not finding his passes. Pueblo, to their credit, are cutting off those passing lanes, and that's making it hard for the Fort Lewis players to work these passes through the defence. And we've seen that happen 3 or 4 times now as the balls are intercepted as the pass comes through. I think I just saw Jamie Cunningham passing below us. Wow. The professional player now with Puerto Rico Islanders, I believe they're called. He must be on hiatus or something. I just think he's, that looks like Jamie Cunningham. Terrific to see. Jamie Cunningham, terrific right fullback for, he's the inside right fullback, played here at Fort Lewis all 4 years and went on to a semi-professional career with the Puerto Rico Islanders. He's played a lot of minutes too, the last time I looked up that website. The ball deep in attack for Fort Lewis. Got kicked out of bounds by Pueblo. It'll be a throw-in, and there it comes to Casey Dean, who tries to make a flick behind him, but it just succeeds in going straight over the fence, and that'll be a goal kick to CSU Pueblo. And this looks like there's a kick in the middle of the field because there's all these players standing around the centre circle. Nobody is anywhere else, and sure enough, the ball lands right in the front, in the middle of that pack of players. Corey Dean is the one who comes away with it. He's going to have to just boot it blindly, horizontally, and pushed towards Casey Dean by Madigan, but Casey Dean falls over. The ball runs all the way through the penalty area, and Pueblo clear it away, and Duke's got it now. He fakes to go forward, but goes backwards to Blackwell. Blackwell tapping it to Jonesy. Jonesy's got Piperkoff if he wants him. No, that pass was cut off by Pueblo. So he goes vertical to Corey Dean. Corey Dean now goes to Piperkoff, who's going to run over the half line, challenged there by Pueblo. Thomas Hong does well to claim the ball here. He falls down and gets back on it though, but Pueblo just a little quicker then. Bad luck for Thomas Hong as he falls over. Man, this Pueblo team, they're not giving an inch, and Fort Lewis have not got this game won by any means, and they know it. They just have to play very hard here. They'd love to get this insurance goal, but they've got to keep the lead as well. And as that ball is kicked all the way back to Ryan Worth down the college end of the ground, the southern end, and he gets it out to Blackwell. Blackwell stabs it long, but that's way too far. And I think the Fort Lewis coach will be on his feet soon because Fort Lewis just lost the plot here a little bit. They're just not doing their normal quick passing and short passes, and that was kicked too long and easily ran away with the wind straight to the Pueblo keeper. Here comes Pueblo again, and there's a pass, and the referee has stopped play, and I don't know why. I see. It looks like there was a goal kick taken, and there was a substitute supposed to come on. I think the referee is either going to have the goal kick replayer, Casey Dean, is just going to kick that back to the Pueblo defence. That was good sportsmanship. There's a bit of an unusual stoppage there. As down goes Hong, but no foul, as here comes Capo down that left channel. As little passes it to Madigan. Madigan's tied up. The ball was under his feet. He couldn't get it out of there, and goes out of bounds. But last touch by Pueblo, and the throw in. Here's Madigan with a half chance in the box, but the Pueblo player just gets his toe on it in the nick of time. Here comes a Pueblo. They're deep in defence. There's only one player playing forward, and that's the number 4. He's on the ball now. They're well guarded by Blackwell, but off he takes. He's going to cross this ball. Blackwell's going to do the slide tackle. Yes, he does. Recently graduated. Terrific. I don't know what happened there. Here's the Pueblo. Beautiful ball. 2 across the box, and the first man up is Pueblo, and he hits it behind him. Yeah, Ryan Worth there. Ryan Worth gets the pass out to Piperkoff, and now it's with Madigan up on that left. Madigan's been harassed all day long, and a lot of times he'll take off and go round a player, but he hasn't been able to today. That Pueblo player on Madigan's doing a very good job, and now the referee is pointing down towards Kyle Wood, telling him to go away, I think. Is that what he's doing? He stopped the clock, and the referee, and this is correct too, Kyle is well outside the field, but I think the coach for Pueblo was saying to the referee, what on earth is he doing touching that ball? We're supposed to be having a corner kick. Anyway, no harm done, and it was amusing. As the play continues, and it rolls into the Fort Lewis forward area, but nobody there for Fort Lewis. That makes it easy for the number 99. He's wearing a goalkeeper. It's a high number for soccer, but he's wearing a 99, the goalkeeper, and he flings it out to the left fullback. He's looking for a pass downfield. Now he kicks it, and he does make the little 8-foot pass, and now kicks it across field. Another nice pass, but Casey Dean closed on him very quickly, and he lingered on the ball. That let Capo in and Hong, and now Capo sends Casey. Pueblo is happy to see Kyle Wood disappear into the crowd now. And he might come on as a sub, I don't know. As Jonesy has the ball in defence, and he touches it to Capo. Capo's got time. He spins around looking for a pass, and he goes all the way back to Duke. but Pueblo's pressuring all over the field. Good job, Pueblo. They're not letting Fort Lewis have it easy.
It's a very
here.
different Pueblo team this year. In the years in the past, they've been sit down in their own half and play defense the whole game. But in this game, they're actually attacking.
Here's Capo, and he's got a pass out to, that's Claw, who tried to get under his left foot. Decided to go inside, and it was too late. Pueblo just closed him down. Not giving up. They're not as ranked in the top 25, but man, they are certainly working hard.
This year, haven't they? I think they've beat Metro.
Oh, okay. I forget that result, but yeah, they're working hard, and that's very typical of teams from Pueblo. As there's a long pass, and Madigan's first in the air, and he gets a nice header towards Capo, who makes a brilliant trap in midair. Oh, that was clever, and he drops it at his own feet, and he touches it over to Piperkoff and back to Jonesy. Fort Lewis are getting knocked off their passing game a little bit, and are a little discombobulated here, but Jonesy does get the header to Piperkoff, and he'll run ahead of his opponent and get the pass to Casey Dean, and Casey Dean's had a hard time turning with the ball too today. The Pueblo team, they certainly chase hard. They're not giving Fort Lewis any quarter here as trying to pass forward again to Fort Lewis, but intercepted, but it rebounds to Corey Dean, and now punched through the middle of the field by Hong, looking for Casey, but runs too fast with the wind, picked up by the keeper. We are 15 minutes into this second half of soccer, and it's still 1-0 Fort Lewis. Pueblo aren't really threatening on goal, but they're certainly making Fort Lewis work hard as Piperkoff stabs one up in the air. Again, not a good pass to the forwards by Fort Lewis, nodded back with the head by Pueblo, yes, to the keeper, and he was out on the 18 anticipating that, and he made a good take, the keeper. Here's Pueblo again coming across the half line. They're really struggling to do anything in the forward line, but they are playing well, and that's headed away by Blackwell. Let's see who's going to get this throw in. Yes, it was headed away by Pueblo, not Blackwell, and that'll be a throw into Grand Duke. Bit of an awkward take there by Casey Dean, but he got high and took it and gave it to Corey Dean. Corey Dean didn't have time to hit that accurately.
Yeah, last minute hit there, but he did a good job of pushing the right play.
Yeah, it went long, and there's no way Joey Madigan could catch up with that. Both Fort Lewis coaches sitting on the bench, I imagine they're sort of thinking hard though, because this game is not really going in accordance to plan, I don't think. Fort Lewis having a hard time, David, just stringing together all the possession.
Just punching the ball into the goal. We need that final pass here.
Here's an awkward ball to Jonesy, bouncing high in the air. The Pueblo player doing well, but Jonesy, man, he falls down and he comes away with it. That was brilliant. As Capo gets the ball, and he's stepped on by the opponent. And yes, the whistle goes right away as Capo goes down. And he's holding his left shin there, but I think he's all right. I think he might have got his boot stepped on. That's why he was tripped. And here's the free kick, the back up, little free kick, and all the way back. Capo has nothing going forward, so he goes back to Ryan Worth, who sort of half bobbles it. He's going to have to get rid of it as a player.
Good ball on Casey Dean. Looks like he could be in.
And Casey Dean's chasing this. The Pueblo player gets there first. Casey Dean's got a bit of a chance, and he flips it all. Bad luck over towards Claw, and Casey Dean has another half chance, but Pueblo cleared the ball away. They're doing good in that fullback line. Pueblo, they're constantly shutting down the Fort Lewis forwards. Here's a long pass, a beautiful one too by Blackwell. Chest trap by Madigan, who touches it to himself. It's on the ground. He's about 35 yards out. He flicks it towards Corey Dean. Corey Dean passes to Hong. Hong goes down, but no, two players crashed into each other. The referee wasn't going to give anything to Thomas Hong in the box there. Here's Corey Dean, a nice hard shot, saved by the keeper. The keeper was right there where the ball came, and he went down quickly and made the safe stop on his chest, bending low, holding that ball. Good hard shot by Corey Dean. Pueblo just passing the ball around here, taking their time coming forward. They're struggling to get it to their forwards, but they are doing okay through the midfield. But there's a whole bunch of subs waiting over there for
Pueblo. It's like a hockey line change over there, John.
Yeah, it sure does. About 5 players there as Madigan's in the box now. He's on a very sharp angle, though. Let's see if he's going to cut it.
Oh, shoot. Too high.
Oh, well, there's a couple of subs up for Fort Lewis warming up. And,
about 30-minute mark. That's getting up.
Yeah, okay.
About right. So,
yeah, that's
30 in the 15.
Okay, well, we're not quite there yet as Corey loses the ball. Corey Dean and Pueblo trying to come forward here. They're still about 40 yards from goal, way out on that western touchline. But there's a ball with half a chance, and the player was receiving that around the 10 yards. They've got the short corner kick going. No, they don't, because, they still have two players over there, but I think they're going to kick it into the middle. Yeah, stabbed too low, though, but it is redirected towards the goal, missing the right-hand post.
Well, John, I'll take this opportunity. Coach Ogie Kennedy today mentioned that, or I told him that I was going to be the men's team for him. Good shout out for Dave Kennedy and the Kennedy family there in Ireland today. Hope you guys are listening. I'm sure you are. Always are. But ball goes out for a Fort Lewis outfielder, and the goal kick for
Well, great, and it was great to meet Ogie's dad down there in Tampa a couple of years ago. You, of course, were down there, David. We know about that. And that was fun. Ogie's dad, and Ogie, bad luck last year after winning the national title, didn't get into the NCAA playoffs, but sure going there this year. Number 3 in the nation, and just having a fabulous season. And, somewhat due to these terrific recruits that Ogie's been able to find in Germany and in Spain.
Very, very lucky this year, especially with Capo on our tour, and close to a couple of these foreign players that kind of found us, but we actually had some extra help with Jeff Pennington. Staying well, being in Ireland this year, being able to take quick trips to players. So they are eyes.
Well, that's you're right. The way they're fitted into this team is just amazing. They're very very together, very solid, these European players, even though they're just freshmen.
Very mature players as well. And I think Fabian's has done a great job of keeping them converted into a great team.
I was talking to Capo down at the Irish Embassy on the road here, looking for the insurance goal, but not finding it against this tough Pueblo team. Corey Dean attempted a chest pass to Hong. That wasn't on, but Jonesy now running into the forward line. No, that was Duke, and he tries to cut it towards Hong. Couldn't do it, as now Emmerich's on the ball. Emmerich looking for a pass, just takes the easy one back to Duke. Duke slides it along the ground to Freeman. Freeman back now to Duke. Bit of possession here for Fort Lewis. This is better, as it's now back with Blackwell. Blackwell moves forward and touches it to Corey Dean, who sneaks away from his opponent cleverly. Left foot to Hong.
Oh, well done.
Freeman away. Freeman, the second player, though, that Pueblo defender is just got in front of Freeman in the nick of time, and the keeper came out and claimed that ball. Wow, that was close. Lovely little flick on by Hong there, but didn't quite work, as Pueblo, you've got to attempt those, though, because sooner or later it'll come off. As Pueblo, little hiccup there, but they got the ball over to their left fullback, and he knocks it straight down the field. Lots of Fort Lewis defenders back there, about 45 yards out from goal are Pueblo. That player just lingers on the ball a little too long, and that lets Freeman in. And Emmerich goes back to Freeman, but it was a little hard for him to trap that ball. Emmerich back in the mix, and yes, a good play by Emmerich, because he got the ball to bounce off a Pueblo player. It's a throw-in to Fort Lewis. Trying to find a player is Emmerich, and he has to go back to Duke, and Duke stabs it back to Emmerich. Emmerich comes away from his, bad luck. He worked away from those two opponents, but then slid a left foot shot through into the box. Nobody at home for Fort Lewis. The keeper has the ball. He goes to throw it. Now he changes his mind, and now he throws it out to this left fullback. Nobody closing on him, and he's going to have just all the time he needs just to hit that ball forward with his left foot. And it was trapped by a Pueblo player, but lots of Fort Lewis players there too. And Corey Dean worries that player to where he gives up the ball. Oh, Jonesy, terrific the way he kept that player away from the ball and gets it to Claw. And now with Madigan up to Hong, who gives Madigan too much work to do there. That little flick pass wasn't on, but luckily for Fort Lewis, somebody from Pueblo touched that. It's a throw-in for Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis now back, it looks like Claw's playing left fullback. Am I right about that, David?
Yeah, you are. Claw's been coming in here a lot lately to this left back position. And,
looks like Piperkoff's got a rest. I didn't see him go off.
Yeah, Dukes came in for the right back. Well, Duke's been playing all day, and then I think Moore came back into the left back and given the Piperkoff a rest.
And Dawson took Claw's spot.
That's right.
Okay, that's what happened on right midfield. Okay, Fort Lewis have a free kick, and Capo's asking for 10 yards here, and the referee is finally conceding to give 10 yards, and he's measuring that off. Capo on the free kick. This is about 25 yards out from the goal line at a 45-degree angle. This would be hard to score from here, but well, let's see what
happens.
happens.
In the boys' eyes, too, that are trying to get at the goal.
Capo's not shooting. He stole Fort Lewis women 2. New Mexico Highlands 1. Both goals by Haley Halenga. Here it is 1-0, the goal by Hong in the first half. As the Pueblo trying to come forward here, Freeman gets the little toe poke in. It goes out of bounds, but that's going to be called for Pueblo as they have the throw in here in their defensive half, and that player's going to think about throwing it backwards, but now he's going to go forward and just lazily throws it up in the air, but does flicked off the head of a Pueblo player, just booted forward by Corey Dean. Didn't have time to pass.
Yeah, he didn't even look up on that one.
And just had to get rid of it. But that's all right. It does go all the way down the other end of the keeper. And Fort Lewis being tested here. They've got to unlock this Pueblo defence, and they're not being able to do it so far. All the players on both sides are about how to get through the defence. But Pueblo is being kept a long way away from goal by Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis having the occasional foray into the forward area, but still not being able to get that second goal. As Pueblo go all the way back to their keeper, he traps it with his right foot and makes a nice pass out to the left fullback. He's coming upfield looking for a pass. Lots of Fort Lewis defenders back, and it's up towards Jonesy, who touches it to Corey Dean. Corey Dean has to spin away from a couple of players, goes back to Duke. Duke goes closed on quickly, so he just touches it up towards Hong, and the taller player against Hong gets the header there, but Hong's back on the ball now. He flicks it towards Freeman, but once again, Pueblo reacting quickly. They're very quick on their feet, Pueblo. Corey has the ball, he spins away from one of the two of them, gets back to Duke. Duke strongly along the ground to Freeman, who stabs it back to Corey Dean.
Corey might get a yellow on that one. Yeah,
and Corey tries to save the ball, and bad luck then. He tried to save the ball by sliding, but he somehow took down the opponent. And yes, you are right. Corey Dean gets